Hello and welcome back everybody. What is a castle? In my last video about the Albert Dock, I forgot to mention this structure, which looks like a castle, but it's not a castle. Then I decided to search my videos and photos with the keyword castle and thought I'd share all the results that came up. Thank you for all your likes and comments and support. It's greatly appreciated. Welcome to Shiny Boots. Don't be fooled by the name. This is not Norman, but it has held up better than this placard, which tells us that the Norman arch is in fact Victorian. I thought this would be a great place for us to start for our non-castle castles, because this is a non-Norman non-castle castle. First, let's examine features that make a building castle-like. Battlements or crenellations. Yeah, we got those. Towers or turrets. Yep, we got 2 towers. Arrow slits or narrow windows. Check. Thick stone walls. Yep, they look pretty thick to me. Arched doorways. Recessed or chamfered surround. So this is where the doorway isn't flush. It's set back with deep stones. Yep. A hood mould. This is a protecting stone band over the doorway, curving like an eyebrow. Check. Label stops. These are carved stone stoppers at the ends of the hood mould, sometimes heads, shields, or foliage. So why is this not a castle? Oh yeah, because the Victorians like to build castles for decorative purposes. There's nothing medieval about this, apart from the name. Move along. Okay, this is a non-castle castle that I found in Dublin. Originally called South City Markets and is now called George's Street Arcade. Opened in 1881. There was a fire in 1892 and then it took them less than 2 years to rebuild it as the castle it is now. I just don't know how the Victorians did it. This building also popped up as a castle. It's in Macclesfield and was built in 1 year. The whole complex, there's more buildings than this. In 1826 to 1827 for the military. This was military barracks and is now luxury apartments. Usual. What else have we got? Oh, look at that. The Mayan ruins in Tulum in Mexico. Okay, so this is where we're at in Tulum. This city was also known as Zama, which means dawn, because of it being in one of the places where dawn first breaks in our country. The community was a commercial port with a privileged location. Okay, so it was a port like Albert Dock, only Mayan. Every day was intertwined with politics, magical religious rituals, the arts and astronomical observations, especially pertaining to the planet Venus, the morning and evening star, the representative of Kukulkan, Quetzalcoatl. Both of these are feathered serpents. Like a dragon. Let's check out the narrative. When were the Tulum ruins built? The main buildings at the Tulum ruins were constructed between 1200 and 1450 AD. Okay. And when was the Mayan civilization around again? Oh yeah, 2000 BC. And the Mayan civilization declined in 900 AD. So these ruins were said to have been constructed way after the decline. The city is said to have been abandoned in the 1500s, and then John Lloyd Stephens and Frederick Catherwood rediscovered the ruins in Tulum. They are said to be the first people who introduced the West to Mayan civilization. Let's start with John Lloyd Stephens. He was an explorer, attorney, author, and also founder of the Panama Railroad Company. The Panama Canal Railway is 47.6 miles long, and they smashed it out in 4 years. The other guy, Frederick Catherwood, was an architect and artist, and he was the one who illustrated the book of all of the Mayan ruins. He's thought to have died on the steamship Arctic, although mysteriously his name was left off the list for weeks, so that's a mystery. What non-castle castle have we got next? This is the Valve House in Langsett, and you can see the reservoir just there. It is castellated in appearance and is said to replicate the gatehouse of Lancaster Castle. Let's have a look at that then. Ah, yeah. And Lancaster Castle was constructed... Yeah, they don't actually know. It spent quite a lot of its time as a prison. This Victorian Valve House Castle, you knew it was Victorian, didn't you? Is built in stone with battlements, so it looked like a little castle tower instead of a plain utility shed. It's functional and decorative. I'm digging deeper, so I've asked ChatGPT why the Victorians liked to build non-castle castles so much. Here are the reasons. Number 1, the Gothic revival craze. I spoke about that in my last video. Number 2, civic pride. Reservoirs, pumping stations and railways were cathedrals of progress. Number 3, moral and symbolic meaning. Castles represent strength. Number 4, blending into the landscape. They constructed a stone-built turreted tower so it fitted in. And lastly, number 5, Victorian competition. If Sheffield built a Gothic water tower, Leeds wanted one too, obviously. Oh, we get a few more examples. Let's have a look at this full-blown fairy tale castle. Right, this is it. What? Lake Vyrnwy Dam project, designed to provide a water supply to Liverpool. Liverpool, 110 kilometres away. Along an aqueduct. Gothic revival and influenced by Chillon Castle in Switzerland. Let's have a look. Yep, medieval. What else have we got? Manchester's Thermere Towers. Never heard of them. That's because they're not in Manchester, they're in the Lake District. Thank you, Ian Walks, for the best picture of Her Majesty's pumping house for the Thirlmere aqueduct system that goes all the way to Manchester and is still in use today. It was opened in 1894 and this is the straining well. I thought it was Romans who built all the aqueducts. Apparently Victorians too. Only took them 4 years. Definitely faster than the Romans. Canada Dock Hydraulic Tower. This is in Bootle. Sorry, was in Bootle. Obviously it doesn't exist anymore. It looks like it was built in 1 year, 1859. That's when Canada Dock opened. This is the brainchild of Jesse Hartley, who also constructed Albert Dock, which I spoke about in my last video. Even as someone who is originally from near Liverpool, I'd never really comprehended the sheer scale of this project until I started to research. Everything is artificial. Artificial land that connects to the River Mersey, artificial basins, canals, locks, underground tunnels that were being constructed at the same time for railway stations that no longer exist. Multiple hydraulic towers that look like castles. These are actually called hydraulic accumulators too. It looks like Canada Dock was built in 1 year, 1859. It was the last dock and the biggest from Jesse Hartley. The purpose of this valve house was to operate the dock entrance gates, so essentially the lock, similar to a canal. Hartley was clearly a fan of the medieval style, fortress aesthetics. I'm going to finish with the etymology of the word mystery, from the ancient Greek moustes, meaning one who has been initiated. We used to be initiated into the mystery, where the mystery was a religious rite. Within the mystery, secrets are revealed and you become illuminated. So isn't it interesting that now mystery is something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain? More like that's what you're told because you haven't been initiated. Share your thoughts below and share with a friend to help us demystify the mystery. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.